In today's video, we're going to talk about how to interview well, okay? And more importantly, or more specifically, what we're going to focus on is creating a sense of certainty, okay? I think it's one of the most important aspects of interviewing well, okay? And so it all starts with you, right? As the candidate, you have to create a sense of certainty, because if you want to improve your odds of interviewing well, you have to be able to do this. Let's talk about it. Welcome to another episode of Career Strategies. My name is Rodney Hughes, Mr. 100%. And if this is your first time on my channel, this channel is all about teaching you strategies for exponentially advancing your career, okay? And so if you're interested in learning new ideas, new strategies, new techniques that can help you advance your career, this is the right channel for you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and welcome to the family. So again, what we're talking about in this particular video is how to interview well, okay? But more specifically, we're focusing on creating a sense of certainty. So one of the things, I actually just had a conversation yesterday with a candidate that I was helping prepare for an interview coming up. And, you know, the thing that I was focusing on is the importance of creating a sense of certainty, okay? And it all starts with you as the candidate, okay? Because here's what happens. Because most people are not professional interviewers, meaning whether they're just getting started in their career, they probably haven't done a lot of interviewing, okay? Or even more of an issue if you've been, established in your career, you're a seasoned veteran and you've been in your career for maybe 20 or even 30 years. And now for one reason or another, you're back on the job market and you're trying to interview again. The reality is that most people do not spend most of their career interviewing. Yet, going through the interview process and how you go through that process is absolutely vital for your career advancement, okay? It's absolutely vital because no matter whether you're going for a new job or trying to get promoted within your existing job, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to go through some form of an interview process. And if you don't learn how to do that well, it's going to negatively impact your career. And one of the biggest things that you have to be able to do in the process is you have to be able to create a sense of certainty. And there's 2 levels to it. The first level, which is the most important level, is you have to be able to create a sense of certainty for yourself. You have to be sold on the fact that you are the solution for the job that you're applying for, okay? On the second hand, or the second level, you have to be able to instill a sense of certainty in the company that you are the right solution for that role, or that you're the right candidate for that role. And but even with that second level, it all starts with the first level. It all starts with you being certain about you, okay? I come across a lot of people who have very strong technical backgrounds, okay? They're phenomenal from a skill perspective, but mentally, they question whether or not they're the solution, that's whether they're the right candidate for the role. They can have 95% of what the job description says that they're looking for, and they'll still go into that call nervous and questioning whether or not, they're really a good fit for the role, okay? And here's the thing. You can't afford to do that, because if you're questioning whether or not you're the right fit for the role, it's going to come across as you're communicating to the company, okay? So what you got to do is you got to, leading up to an interview, you got to start looking for all the reasons. You got to start trying to convince yourself first, okay? Before you speak to anyone in the interview process, you need to be sold yourself that you are the ideal candidate for this role, okay? Because if you don't get that sense of certainty, it's hard for you to display the level of confidence that you need in order for you to do really well. Now, keep this in mind. When I say that you have to create a sense of certainty for yourself, or you got to become sold on yourself, I'm not saying do it in like a cocky type of way, right? Where you're like, I'm the greatest in the world, I'm the best at ever. No, that's not what I'm talking about, right? But what I'm talking about is this air of confidence that you're the right person for the role. Okay, period. You have the background. You have a tremendous amount of value that you can bring to the table. See, because if you have that sense of certainty, you won't do things like over prepare for an interview, right? Because you'll be confident that regardless of what they throw your way, you'll be able to provide a sufficient answer. Okay, like for instance, a lot of times when I'm getting ready for an interview, instead of spending a whole bunch of time trying to focus on very specific questions, like there may be very specific questions that I know I've had a challenge with in the past. Maybe like a popular one is, what are your weaknesses, right? So yeah, I will prepare for a canned type of response for that particular question. But in general, I don't really prepare for specific questions, okay? Because I'm confident that anything you ask me about the sales process, I can break it down to you in a clear, concise, and compelling manner, okay? And I'm just confident that I can do that. You know why? Because before I apply for a job, right, I always look at the job description and I ask myself, am I really a true fit for this role? Because here's the thing, if you don't really feel that you're the solution for the role, you don't need to be applying for that job. Like, even if it's a job that you want, okay, if you don't feel you're the true solution for it, you shouldn't apply for it. Because here's the thing, if for one reason or another, they decide that they want to speak with you, you're not even sold that you're the solution. So how are you going to sell them that you're the solution? So again, it all boils down to, you got to create a sense of certainty. It's absolutely essential, because again, I've said this in videos in the past. The company has very limited data points that they can go off of to make a hiring decision. It's only 3 data points that they have to go off of. Data point number 1, what do you say about you? What do you put on your resume, right? But I tell people all the time, I could put anything on my resume. I could put that I'm the president of the United States. I could say that, if I wanted to, I could say I'm the I'm the king of Zamunda. I mean, I can say whatever I want to say. Okay, there's literally nothing stopping me from saying whatever I want to say on my resume. Okay, I could just fill it up with a whole bunch of keywords that I know would be of interest for this particular role, but that doesn't mean I actually know that stuff, right? So that's one data point that they have to go off of, your resume. The second data point is, what do you do when you get in the actual interview process and you're actually interviewing with people? How well do you come across? And that's honestly where the sense of certainty piece comes in, with this second thing, this second data point. And then the third data point is, what do other people have to say about you? Can you pass a background check, right? What do your references have to say about you, right? But if you think about it, that's really the only 3 things that a company has to go off of, right? So with that being the case, because of that, companies tend to approach the job hiring process with a mindset of quickly trying to eliminate people who they're not really certain about, okay? And the way I like to say it is, it's a very unforgiving process, okay? So, excuse me. So, you need to understand that it's a very unforgiving process, and that's why it's so important that you have a sense of certainty going into the process, okay? Going into an actual interview. You have to be 100% sold that you are the ideal candidate for the job, okay? And if you do that, and you can have that type of mentality that you are the solution, that there's nothing that they can throw your way that you're not prepared to answer, you'll interview well, okay? You will 9 times out of 10 interview well. And that's based on a true story. All right, listen, I hope you got great value out of this video. I want to give you free access to a virtual training program that I created called Interview Prep University. It is designed to teach you strategies that can help you exponentially improve your job interview skills. I'm going to literally walk you step by step from point A all the way to point Z in the job interview process. And this is, and honestly, you're not going to find another product like this on the market, and you're definitely not going to find it for free. I mean, there's hours worth of content on here. It's absolutely, this will be literally the most valuable resource that you've ever had access to in your career, for sure. Okay, so if you'd like to take advantage of it, go to my website, www.interviewprepuniversity.com. Again, that's www.interviewprepuniversity.com. It's 100% free. All right, listen, hope you enjoyed everything. Like this video, comment on this video, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell so that you can get notifications whenever I drop content, because I'm going to be dropping some great content on a daily basis that is designed to help you advance your career. All right, take care. I'll see you in the next video.